Yo, so I know I've been MIA, but that doesn't mean that I don't have tons of boxes to open up. Today, we are going to be unboxing the Glowforge Aura. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Patrice, and as I said before, we're going to be unboxing the Glowforge Aura. Thanks to Glowforge for sending me their newest laser for me to unbox it and test it out, and to let y'all know how to operate this and what I think about it. If I like it or if I don't like it, we will see. But if this is your first time here, thank you for being here. I'm Patrice. This is Craftable Things, and we like to craft all the things. For my returning subscribers and of course my members, hey y'all, welcome back. So we are going to be unboxing the Glowforge Aura, and this is Glowforge's latest laser. It is actually a diode laser, so there are some things that you can cut, some things you can't cut. We'll kind of go over that as we're unboxing it so you can understand the difference. Of course, some of you may know that I have a Glowforge Pro, and I love it. I love my Glowforge Pro, and it is a more powerful laser than this one. However, if you're a crafter, you will absolutely love what you can do with this type of machine. I do think more so this is like an introduction into lasers. So if you have never used a laser before, this might be the route you want to go if you want to try out lasering. And that means you can cut wood, you can cut some acrylic with this. Also, it's letting us know you can cut leather, fabric, stickers, cardstock, paper, and iron on. So let's unbox. Alright guys, so I had to pick up my package from Walgreens because I kept missing the delivery people. So I finally got it, and I'm super excited to open it up with y'all. And so now we're just going to unpackage it. And the first thing on top of the machine is a card saying where we need to go to setup. So setup.glowforge.com. I would recommend going to that website prior to even opening up the rest of the package. There is a QR code on the front that I'll show you all soon. But now I'm just taking out the ventilation duct and also a power cord. In addition, we are going to remove some of the foam. Now, what I removed and set on top of the machine is the laser. You want to be very, very careful with the laser. You don't want to touch anything. You don't want to touch underneath that foam. Okay, so now I would suggest definitely checking out that QR code and getting all the information there. All right, guys, so now I'm on the setup.glowforge.com website. I already have a Glowforge account because I do have the Pro, so I did not have to set anything up. Here we go. We're going to click Setup Glowforge Aura, and we've already unboxed it, and it's just letting you know the different steps you need to take to unbox it correctly. And we are at the step of installing the print head. So we are going to head to the machine, and we're just going to follow this. I would recommend that you pull this up and you follow it. Seeing others unbox it and how they set up is good, but you want to make sure you're following exactly what Glowforge wants you to do. Okay, so we're going to head back over to the machine. Now we're ready to set the machine up, and it seems very simple. One of the boxes inside of the machine was this box, and it comes with a piece of light basswood plywood for us to be able to use. It is a proof grade material, and also the honeycomb tray to place at the bottom of the machine, just to avoid having all types of debris on the bottom of your machine. All right, guys, so we're going to open up the machine again, and here is where you have your camera. We're going to open it up wide. Then we are going to get the print head. You don't want to twist it around or anything. You want to be very careful with your print head because the slightest thing could damage it. All right, so we are going to remove the foam. You don't want to touch underneath it, and we're just going to lift it out. Okay, and underneath there are 4 magnets here, and this is simply going to attach to the bottom. All right, and so of course you want to make sure the Glowforge logo is facing the correct way, and that is how you install the print head. Very, very simple. All right, so now that we have this all attached, we're just going to place our hands here, and we're just going to move the print head all the way to the back. So we're just testing it out, seeing how everything is going. There is a little piece of foam that I want to remove from here. Next, we're going to get the cutting tray, and we are going to just place this here. You want to make sure the tabs are located on the side, and this is just going to drop right in. So what this does is it catches any of the materials. All right, guys, so now we are back inside of or on the Glowforge website, and we're going to get ready to connect the Wi-Fi. And so it's telling us that we need to switch the computer's Wi-Fi connection from our personal Wi-Fi to the Glowforge's temporary Wi-Fi network. And so we're just going to head up, and we're going to do that. Okay, so here is the one that we will be using. And we're going to click out. We are connected to it. Now let's tell your Glowforge how to connect to your Wi-Fi. Let's see. Here we go. So now we're just selecting our own Wi-Fi. Alright, so I inputted the password and now we're connecting. Alright, so we've successfully connected our Glowforge to our Wi-Fi. Now we're ready to open and install our Glowforge air filter, and there is a QR code on the packaging. So if you want extra guidance, I do recommend checking out the QR code and looking at the instructions that Glowforge provides for all of their machinery. So we're going to open this up. I am going to put this together so that we can use this with our machine. Now, if you're new to lasering, you want to make sure that you have some sort of air filter, some sort of ventilation system worked out and planned before you turn your machine on to begin cutting any material. Okay, so this is very, very important. But I do want to let y'all know that these machines, the Aura and also the filter, these are very lightweight machines, very different from the other Glowforge or any other lasers that I typically deal with. These are very lightweight. So I'm just going to go ahead, open up the laser packaging, take out the end sides, and everything is pretty much connected. We don't really have to do anything as far as setting up or putting in any of the vents. We don't have to do much of anything except plug it up, and we're going to get ready to plug it in right now. And we're also going to get ready to connect the duct so that we can connect the actual air filter to our Glowforge. Now, if you don't have an air filter, you can place the other end of the vent duct outside a window because you don't want to inhale any of those fumes or have those floating around your workspace. All right, guys, so now we're going to get ready to connect the filter, and we need to get a venting tube. If you don't have a filter, then you will be placing the other end of the filter outside of a window because you need proper ventilation. That is very important. You need proper ventilation. But to place this onto the vent, all you're going to do is place it right here and just slide it on. And that is going to provide all the protection that you need. The other end of mine is inside of the filter. However, remember, you want to make sure that you ventilate this. Do not use it without having the fumes ventilated. And finally, we're going to plug in the laser. It's right here on this side. Alright guys, so let's look at some of the materials that Glowforge sent me. These are their proof grade materials, and these are materials that should work beautifully with your Glowforge machines. And so you want to make sure you're checking to make sure the proof grade material that you're getting is compatible with your Glowforge Aura. All right, and so we're just going to look through some of these. Also, what helps is that on the proof grade material, there's QR codes, and when you place this into your machine, your Glowforge will be able to detect the settings. So this makes it super easy for you. You won't have to really guess what you need your settings to be because of your QR codes on the materials. If you find that your machine isn't reading the QR code correctly, that might mean you need to clean it. All right, but here we have some thin leather. We also have black acrylic, medium black acrylic, medium purple acrylic, medium teal acrylic. We're also going to be looking at medium orange acrylic. Now, I'm not going to be able to use all of this material today. We're just simply unboxing and testing it out to see how quickly we can get it up and running. But these are some of the options that you have. We have medium green acrylic and medium red acrylic. Now, if you noticed, you did not see any transparent or clear acrylic. Okay, that is because with diode lasers like the Aura, you cannot cut clear acrylic. For clear acrylic, you may want to look at the Glowforge Pro, the Basic, or the Plus in order for you to be able to cut clear acrylic. All right. Also, we have medium walnut hardwood. And we have two of these. And we also have some other proof grade material. We have iron-on. This is iron-on vinyl. It's an eco heat transfer vinyl alternative. So just note that you'll see us using the iron-on inside of the Aura. However, you don't want to place any iron-on inside of your laser, okay? It needs to be laser safe. So please know that. See, this says specifically that this is a material that is made for lasers. And so this is an HTV made for lasers. Here is another package of it. So I have black here and we have white. And we also have a variety of colors. We have red, blue, and green. And we also have a shimmer pack. So this might be kind of like glittery, holographic. And we have silver, gold, and pink. So we're going to be testing some of these out today. And remember, the machine did come with some light basswood plywood. In order to use your machine, you will need to access the Glowforge web-based software online, and you need Wi-Fi. But on their site, you're able to find so many different projects that you can use with your machine. Other sites I use are Creative Fabrica and or Design Bundles. You will also create within the machine and send it to your machine as well. So for this test cut, we're going to be using light basswood plywood. This is also proof grade material, as you can tell by the label and the QR code. So we're just going to place this inside of our Aura. Get it best centered. And we are going to send the file from the computer to the machine. Once we close it, the camera will start to read the QR code. So now we're ready to cut our project, and I am inside of the Glowforge web-based app. And what I want to do is separate all of the different parts of the design. One part is going to be cut with the wood, Another part will be cut using acrylic. And we're also going to be using 3 different functions of the machine for this one cut. We will be using the engrave feature, we will be using the cut feature, and we will also be scoring the numbers inside so that it will help me line up the acrylic when I get ready to cut it. But right now, this is just the machine doing what it does, and it is cutting. I'm really excited to see how smoothly everything cuts, but so far it looks pretty good. All right, guys, so now we're done, and well, we're done with the first part, and I'm just going to open up our Glowforge, and we're going to take this out. Now, the system will let you know when it's time to open it up because you don't want any fumes escaping that might be toxic. So here we have our cut, and this is what we made. So we are also going to place acrylic pieces to kind of lift this off a little bit. We're going to place some acrylic pieces here, and we need to cut that. Alright guys, so the next part of the project is cutting this acrylic, and you want to remember that you cannot cut clear or translucent acrylic, but solid acrylics usually cut just fine, as you see with diode lasers. With the Glowforge Pro and the other Glowforges, you can cut clear acrylic. Alright guys, so it looks like we are done cutting our acrylic, and let's see, oh, everything almost fell out except that O, or the 0. But that came out pretty easy too. So we have our numbers, and now we're going to get ready and place these on top of the wood. Now that we have everything cut, now it's time for me to remove the masking that's on the wood, and I am using Gorilla duct tape to get that done. This works perfectly fine for me. I'm able to get all of that masking off super quickly, and I love using the Gorilla masking for that. So I'm also going to use it for my acrylic, and it just gets all that masking off really, really quickly. Next, we're going to use some Star Bond Ultra Fast Thin Glue, and we're going to glue the acrylic pieces right there on the wood, and I score it so that I can place it perfectly into the correct spot. So everything is looking good. I'm just going to place something heavy on top of that so we can let it dry and cure. Next, we are back inside of the Glowforge web app, and we're just importing in an SVG so that we can cut some HTV, some laser safe HTV. And I got it wrong the first time I tried to actually cut it, but you don't cut it. Make sure that you look at the instructions. All you'll have to do is score the material and not cut the material. So you want to make sure on the side you change what you want your laser to do. So you want your laser to score your HTV. Okay, so now we're ready to place the HTV inside of the machine, and this HTV is a Glowforge proof grade material, so it does have the QR code on it, and the machine is able to read it and pick up and detect all of the cut settings for this material. It did not take long at all, and it actually cut beautifully. I was able to weed this with no problem. Now we're at the heat press, and we're going to get ready to press our shirt. First, of course, you want to always make sure you lint roll your shirt. And so now we're just lint rolling it, making sure that there's nothing there that will prevent our HTV from sticking. And then I'm going to give it a pre-press. For today's press, the recommended time is 340 degrees for 20 seconds. Alright guys, so now we're ready to press our HTV onto the shirt, and we just need to line it up. Alright, so we're all done, and this is a cool peel, so we just need to wait for this to cool down a little bit. Alright guys, so we're all done, and this is cooled off. If you want it to cool quicker, you can remove it from underneath the heat press, and this is peeling nicely. and everything looks good. We have a shirt that we made with our laser. All right, y'all, we are all done with unboxing and testing out our Glowforge laser. We only made 2 things with it, but guess what? You can make all the things with it. You can make as y'all saw, we made a shirt. The only thing that you can't make with it is a engraved tumbler. And that's one thing that I don't like, that you can't do it. With other diode lasers that I have, you can engrave onto tumblers, and I love it. But this is definitely an entry-level laser. You don't have to have much experience to use this. You don't have to put anything together. With a lot of the other diode lasers that I use, you have to put the laser together. You have to put the cords together. I got this out of the box, up and running within 25 minutes. And for somebody just getting in, you don't want it to be too intimidating. I can let you know that this is not an intimidating machine at all. And guess what? You can make some nice things with it. We made our keychain, which came out beautifully. The acrylic cut perfectly. The only thing is, you got to know too, another thing with diode lasers, you cannot cut clear or translucent acrylics with it. But certain acrylics that are opaque, you can cut those out just fine. But this came out good. Our shirt came out fabulous. Our HTV cut beautifully. Always remember that you need to have laser safe HTV. Don't put any HTV in there that is not laser safe. That is just not safe. Okay. Another thing that I didn't mention, you want to make sure that you have a fire extinguisher somewhere nearby, just in case something happens. You just never know. I actually have a fire extinguisher can that I use, and I have several of these around all of my lasers, just in case. You never know. You never know what can happen. Lasers are, you have to watch your laser. I wouldn't suggest walking away from it and leaving it running, like kind of how we do with our Cricuts and Romeos and things like that. You don't want to do that, okay? But we made some nice things with it, and I like it, and I can't wait to use it more. Be on the lookout for some lives where I'll be showing more of how we can use the Aura, and also some other videos. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to head over to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and join the Craftable Things communities there as well. But that is it for today, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.